How are you this morning?
Another day, another key Trump appointee faces tough questions over links to Russia.
Well, I have not met with any Russians at any time to discuss any political campaign, and those remarks are unbelievable to me and are false, and I don't have anything else to say about that.
The Attorney General may not have anything else to say, but his political opponents certainly do.
Look, the Attorney General is the chief law enforcement officer of the land, and already his integrity and independence has been questioned. It would be better for the country if he'd resign.
Jeff Sessions, the Attorney General of the United States, lied under oath to his colleagues in the Senate and to the American people.
Do you swear?
Judge for yourself. Did the senator from Alabama tell the whole truth at his confirmation hearing last month? This is how he answered a question on links between Trump campaign surrogates and Russian intermediaries.
If there is any evidence that anyone affiliated with the Trump campaign communicated with the Russian government in the course of this campaign, what will you do?
I'm not aware of any of those activities. I have been called a surrogate at a time or two in that campaign, and I did not have communications with the Russians, and I'm unable to comment on it.
But now we know that he himself, in fact, met the Russian ambassador twice in the months before the election. Once, briefly, at the Republican convention last July. The day before, we shared a ride with the senator in a service lift and had our own fleeting conversation about Donald Trump in the corridor.
But he's a strong man. He's got decisive, he can make decisions.
There was another meeting with the Russian ambassador Sergei Kislyak before the election in September at Jeff Sessions' office on Capitol Hill. So what was that he said again, under oath?
And I did not have communications with the Russians.
It's hard to resist hearing the echo of, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman," the famous comment by President Bill Clinton about Monica Lewinsky. Here's what a youthful Jeff Sessions had to say about telling the truth then.
And when we lie, people are hurt. And it demeans our justice system to have untruth spoken.
In a statement today, a spokeswoman for the Attorney General said he'd not misled anyone, that he was asked about communications between Russia and the Trump campaign, not about meetings he took as a senator. But some key Republicans say he must clarify his remarks and recuse himself from any investigation into Russian links.
Look, based on what we've read, and the information is not complete, I think the Attorney General should further clarify, and I do think he's going to need to recuse himself at this point.
And is this because of the meetings that he had with the ambassador, or because of what he said in his congressional testimony?
Because of how he answered the question in his testimony. Yeah.
But as for House Speaker Paul Ryan, he's not there yet.
I think part of what is happening, I think Democrats are letting their hair on fire to get you to cover this story, to try and keep repeating the same story. I think they're trying to get this coverage going. There's nothing new that we have seen here.
Whatever the outcome from this episode of the Trump-Russia saga, the focus has now returned to the issue, despite the president's best efforts to move on and get down to the business of reshaping America as he promised.